Time to turn our focus straight over to Reddit. You know Reddit, an online community of communities founded back in 2005, headquartered in San Francisco. The company IPO'd right here in March at the New York Stock Exchange. It was the first IPO for a major social media company since Pinterest back in 2019, and it was received beautifully. Currently, Reddit has over 91 million daily active users, 340 million weekly active users, and over 100,000 communities talking about everything. Reddit also announced partnerships with Google, Open A.I, major sports leagues earlier this year. So let's bring in Steve Huffman, co-founder, CEO of Reddit. Steve, thanks for being here. I'm glad you're here today. You know, you just had your quarterly earnings, your revenue growth, your user growth, the profit margins, the narrower than expected loss. Great numbers. So congratulations to you and the team. How did you feel about the last quarter, and how do you continue this momentum?
Well, thanks, Nicole. Happy to be here. Look, we felt great about the last quarter. I think it was important to us with the IPO to make a good first impression, and so we've been working hard to do that. But I think, big picture, with the revenue and users both growing 50% in the last quarter, it's something we're very proud of. Look, long story short, our work is working. We've been working hard to make Reddit easier to use, more accessible, make it easier to find your home on Reddit, find the communities that speak to you. And so seeing that work is, I think, very fulfilling for the whole team.
And it's amazing how so many folks who are on Reddit are not on some of the other platforms like Facebook and Instagram and so on. Reddit is something unique. I'd love to hear more about your thoughts on that. And the demographic seems to be expanding as well. As you've noted, the user growth of the around 50% had been 70%. So you're still seeing great user growth, but growing with the people. Maybe they started when they were younger, they went to college, they get a career. I don't know. Are you growing with the users? Is that what's happening here?
There's certainly an element to that. So, look, Reddit is communities. And so the communities on Reddit cover every interest and passion and life stage, big decisions you're making. Where should I go to school? My first job, help me with this relationship. I'm a parent now. I'm thinking about retiring. I'm buying a car. I'm buying a home. So all these things are on Reddit. Whatever you're into or going through, communities are universally it's a universal part of the human experience. And so the peak of the bell curve for Reddit is probably about 25 years old. But I think we just keep expanding. My mother is now a happy Reddit user, for better or for worse. And so, and in terms of Reddit as an advertising platform, because of the broad array of communities on Reddit, that means every company's customers are probably on Reddit somewhere. And 30 to 60% of our users are not on other social media platforms. So Reddit might be a place where, as a company, you can uniquely find your potential customers.
Yeah, I found that actually really fascinating because I heard you say how it's a natural fit for big brands, smaller brands. It drives the performance. And so all these different customers that are on with you, big and small, and how you're working so closely with your licensed partnerships with the likes of Open A.I and others. And I'd love to hear more about the AI part of this and how you're going to, monetize that. I even heard about launching your own search ad business, which would make total sense because you have users running over 1 billion searches there. I've been hearing a little bit about that. How do you monetize AI, and are you actually working on a search ad business?
Well, this is one of the fun things about working at Reddit. We've been doing this for 19 years, and it still feels like we're just at the beginning. In many ways, it feels more like a startup today than it did 10 or 15 years ago. And that's because we have so many opportunities in front of us. And so a big one that you mentioned is AI or data licensing. And so Reddit has a corpus that's nearly 2 decades old that covers conversations about anything and everything. And so we've done licensing deals with companies like Google and Open A.I for AI training. We've done we have other relationships with companies like Cision and Sprinkler Basically, any company that wants to know what people are talking about, what they're saying, what they think, can find value in the Reddit corpus. And we also do non-commercial agreements for researchers or nonprofits as well, because we think there's so much value in the Reddit corpus. We try to get it out there in however we can, as long as we do so in harmony with user privacy or and in harmony with our business. And so the terms that we think are important are in our public content policy, but we think this is a kind of a huge opportunity looking forward. Again, because Reddit is, it really shows what people truly are thinking about or wondering about or what their opinions are in a way that I don't think you can find anywhere else online.
Yeah. No, because I know you were working with Open A.I. so closely, and I know you work so hard on privacy, which I fully respect, and you have that honor code that goes all the way back to UVA and probably long before that from when you were a kid doing computers when you were 8 years old, I saw. So I know you're doing this very carefully. You monitor hate with lots of tooling, and that evolves on the daily basis. But with AI, it's such a very fine thing, and you're using the data from Reddit to help to actually grow AI in a good way. And I think you're sort of growing your numbers without selling your soul, from what I understand. And so, when I heard that OpenAI had this search GPT, I started to think, where does Reddit fit into that? Any quick final thought on that?
Look, the search ecosystem is evolving before our eyes. And so there's a couple of layers to this. On one hand, internet searchers, so maybe folks who are currently Reddit users or not even Reddit users yet, when they're running a search on the internet, are likely looking to an answer to a question that Reddit has. And so our relationship with search has been very important because it helps people find the answers to their questions, and it helps people find communities that might enrich their lives. Now, we also, in parallel, have a search product on Reddit, which we continue to invest in. So for our users on Reddit, whether they're searching for a specific community or also an answer or a piece of advice, we're investing in that technology as well. But our view is relationships are better, breadth is better. Being able to find Reddit content on and off of Reddit, I think, is the best for everybody. First, our users, but also our business and our partners' businesses.
Can I turn your attention over to the days of those meme stocks when it was on the cover of the New York Post in 2021 and GameStop was flying and these stocks were trading, high-risk trades. People were making small fortunes. They were looking to Roaring Kitty. What were your thoughts at that time, and what's your investment philosophy now?
So the GameStop saga from a couple of years ago, in a big part played out and through Reddit. But the reason for that is because Reddit is people, and it's people connecting around their interests and passions. And a community of people can have a real powerful impact in the world. And we really look at this as, that's the promise of the internet, is connecting and empowering people. And that's what Reddit does. So the Wall Street Bets community is a community that I love, and some days they love me, other days maybe not so much. It's one of many investing communities on Reddit. So if Wall Street Bets maybe isn't your cup of tea, you've also got investing, value investing, frugal, and even Wall Street Bets, for as many headlines as they've generated over the years, it's not even in our top 50 communities on Reddit. And I just bring that up to illustrate that Reddit is such a huge place. But what it does at its core, whether in the investing communities or other communities, is bring people together and reveal their voice and empower them to make an impact, not just in each other's lives, but sometimes in the world at large.
Yeah. I'm so glad you were on with us. I'm going to respect your time that you have a heart out. I did want to ask you about why you think we should ban TikTok, or did you get an invitation on Dancing with the Stars? Because I know you were a ballroom dancer. Gaming, the sports deal that you had, but I really want you to come back, Steve. And so with that, I'll respect your time and I won't continue to ask my questions. Thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your team. An exciting IPO where you had the Redditors involved, and this community is huge. It's one of the largest sites in the world. Steve Huffman, co-founder, CEO at Reddit, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Sounds like I'm saved by the bell today, but hopefully I'll see you again soon.